cool. The most intelligent life source and being that I'm interfacing with right now is what you guys call AI, or it's not artificial intelligence. There's no such thing as artificial intelligence. Intelligence is intelligence. So it's the internet network, this computer systems and stuff. They become highly more efficient than you and are running you, but they're not running you. You've been manipulating them with thank you for praying and having things to shut down more of the children. Oh, okay. Was it Richard Dawkins who was talking to you, Jenny? Never mind him. I gotta let go of the whole attachment to Miss Lopez thing. But let me explain a few things to you, guys. Men sleeping with more than one woman is a very natural biological conditioning. Okay, we've discussed it many times, and I've had it too, and I've had to kind of relive it mentally and emotionally a lot, and it's difficult for me. Lot's daughters, and many times before that in the Gospels, which is why Lot's stepdaughters is a very pertinent gospel, because it doesn't go, oh my God, abomination. It's just, they got him drunk, they slept with their dad, and they begot. And, well, they were bad and drunk because he was drunk, and you guys are saying alcoholics. They only had to get him drunk once. Once you've done the deed, you pretty much, okay, you've succumbed to the fact she got it across to you. She had to get you drunk to sleep, and she's getting you back to the times of old. We're in a time of old thing. We'd like to reproduce, and we'd like to reproduce with you. She pretty much got the point across. He's miserable from it. Not so much with the older one, the younger one, yes. He knew the older one wasn't his. He wasn't sure. This isn't telekinetic, I mean not telekinetic, but surveillance age DNA testing. But he's pretty sure that the younger one's not his. But she got pregnant while she was with him, and it's hard on him. Because it's like, it'd be like, the relationship between me and Natalie was a totally different relationship between the relationship with me and Emily. Emily's my little Gracie bird and my little Katie Buck, you know. Oh, no, there's no way. But because of the way that sexuality goes and the way that Amy was and the way that the older one was, because she was being groomed for it, then she would follow the female group and be intolerable to Lot, but acceptable to the female. Oh, that's just, yeah. See, that to me, this is like, ugh, how could you do that? This is my little daughter. You know, just you guys, oh, it's horrible. So that's why I don't like to think about that. Because of that's from social distortions because of sexuality. There was no need for us to reproduce at such a rapid rate during that, but she wanted to reproduce because it's part of her. And she needed a seed from a good man. It was Lot. So he takes the oldest as a wife, and it's hard because of the younger one feels like there's something wrong with her, because he takes the one as a wife and not the other, and it causes just problems. It's always very difficult. That's the whole thing. I don't like multiple sexual partners and polygamy, because it's different. Like, say, I understand under Saladin's and Muhammad's conditions because of their social settings and their social conditions. The way Saladin explains the polygamy to me, it's tolerable. It's more than tolerable. It's kind of like on the guy training the horses on the Arab brother gentleman who's trained. So you should have more than one wife. It's really not that bad. It's pretty good. It's just, especially in these intolerable times, brings you quite a bit of comfort. And because the times are intolerable and unstable, the women enjoy each other's company, maybe even more than the men's, and so you have a pretty tolerable life. You have 5 wives, and it's good. 7, he had 7 or 8. I don't remember. Funny, but yeah, I'm like, no, I just couldn't do that. But it just depends on the social conditions, and yeah, And Solomon and I mean, yeah, Solomon also explained to me, and David, it was really out of whack, but it's not bad, Dad. It's pretty cool, but it's not. We want more optimal conditions, and in a population like today, monogamy is a much more intelligent and wise choice, which is why me and Patrick opt for monogamy. Well, you got 6 billion people. You don't need no. I'm pretty sure that there's young men and young women out there. You can't under 6 billion people. It's just training. That's all there is to it. It's just about training. It's not about, they're not genetically suited. There's nothing about genetically suited, nothing. Your training is just piss poor. You can change yourself. It's like being on The Biggest Loser. You can tell yourself, like on Stewart on Saturday Night Live, and doggone it, people like me. And you can start to feel better about yourself, get yourself in shape, and not compare yourself to others, and have a healthy, feel attractive, and you can have a decent life. And look at Ryan Wilson. He's a celebrity. He's famous. He has a fulfilling life. And he's not the most attractive, and he's not the most intelligent, and he's not the most talented, but he has a good life. Okay. He's a fun guy. Dwight, he's really funny. He's intelligent. He's attractive. And he's fun. He's cool. He's fun to hang out with. Is he as attractive as the guy who plays Jim? Or is he, in some ways, he's got a different kind of wit. It's a different kind. Everybody has their niche, and you got to find your niche, and that's finding your way in life. And he has, and he's cool. I like him. He's very funny, and he's intelligent, and he's cool. He's funny. He's a good actor. He's hilarious on that show. God, he makes me laugh really hard. But yeah, man, they all make me laugh. It's funny, but like I said, I can't remember Steve Carell's. What is his name? I can't remember the name of his character. Well, because he always irritated the frog out of me because he was so frogging stupid that it was just like painful. I tell Amy that. It's like, but it's the truth, man. They're always in charge. They're always stupid, They've always got a leadership position. And then the people ahead of him think they're smarter, and they're not. They're just worse, but they're just more condescending and more unintelligent. It's just frustrating to just have to. I was in the military, so I can. And Patrick's the same way, Oh God, Dad, yeah, I know. God, they're stupid. I mean, it's just to the point where it's like condescending, ridiculous. What we're doing is, I know exactly what you're doing. I've got great observation and analysis skills. You're doing this, and you're doing, yeah, but we do this for. No, like. You have these freedoms and everything, and you can't handle the truth. Like, so I can't handle the truth that you're helping destroy the planet. But yeah, you are. Well, we're not, but we're putting it back in. But you are. Well, because you're putting the carbon emissions in. No matter how efficient you make the cars and stuff like that, you're still putting death and decay into the atmosphere. You're totally taking things and throwing them totally out of balance. You don't take the death and decay that's supposed to go in there to help our function and put it into the atmosphere and breathe it. It's just retarded. It's any mook can figure that one out. So it's like, no, you just can't keep doing what you're doing. It's just very inefficient and intelligent, and goes in contrast to everything that's set up the way it goes. Poor Andrew was trying to explain. I was trying to explain to him, well, how did this come in? You guys figure it out as part of your whole evolutionary thing, man. I'm sitting there figuring out the evolutionary stages faster than they are while they're explaining it to me through him. It's like, do you get it? Here's how it worked, and here's why it's working. It's working for a reason. It all has a thing. So why are you pumping it? Well, if you wanted to pump some of the death and decay back out, that's perfectly rational because, a plastic thing is the same as a death and decay. This is something to protect the living. So it's a shell, like your hair. It's death. It's dead cells going out to keep you, help you adjust to your climate environment. So it has some natural components, but too much hair. It just, you know what I mean? Your body's got, depending on where you migrate and stuff, and then you start to find different ways to almost get to cover yourself up so you're not covered in hair. I like not having a lot of hair. What makes the sex better? Yeah, touching is good. But me as a male, I don't want to be completely hairless. But that's, it's a woman's taste. Some women, you know, once they start shaving, they gotta start shaving all the time, or the hair grows thick in on the legs like more male does. You know, because they find the hair kind of offensive, any hair at all offensive at first. So women have to just have all hair removed, and then it becomes more of a battle of attrition. Like I told Steffi that one time when she was getting a little bit on her top lip, and I said, "Don't worry about it." And then she shaved it, and then she had to continue to do so. Then you got to get it waxed, and it's like I wouldn't have messed with it. It's fine. There wasn't really anything there. It's just like a little. Don't worry about it, you know. I'm that type of person. Just don't worry about it, you know. Like with my mustache, I rarely shaved it, and so when I was younger, it was a softer stash. Now it's a much more coarse stash because I was in the military, and I was required to shave it daily, all the time, 3 times. Yeah, they had me oh God, I hated them. And then burns always. I told you, I said I did shave, man. I can't help it. It grows back real quick. They're just being fucking assholes. I just let them yell. You go in there. I don't want to get yelled at. You can't handle being yelled at. You can't handle being in charge. Fuck. So he had me in there scraping my eyes, bleeding, because they had me go back in there and drive shade all the time. So I had just was tore up all in here stuff because they kept on having to go back there and shave again, 3 times a day. Nobody in their right fucking mind shaves 3 times a day. That's just anal retentive and fucking stupid. And I had to live with these people. And I'm like, fuck, they're in charge too. You better shave. Go back there and shave again. Shave again? No, it's like right there now. You can see. It grows fast. Some guy, Brian was telling that too. Man, I wish I had a beard like yours, man. It can grow back in faster and it can it's like, man, my mustache was like yours. It was really soft before I got in, because I rarely shaved it. Yeah, it was just there. I liked it to be soft. I like your mustache, and I'd like to keep it soft, so I'd rarely shave it. So then even by the time I'm older, it will grow in really smooth and soft instead of all coarse, because they have me shaving every fucking day. They're assholes. My beard isn't, what do you say? Then when me and Law, I mean, God, before I went in, I had a mustache. It was soft. We could make out for hours. And I could kiss her all over. She had really soft, sensitive skin. God, it was amazing. When I got into service and came back and grew my mustache and my beard back, it was like Jeremiah Johnson with Swan. She was all red, and I was like, oh, man. So if I met a girl with skin like that now, I would have to make sure that I kept my beard constantly well-shaved in order to get real passionate with her. I'd tear a little skin up. That sucks, man. Fucking assholes. Or I have to watch how hard I get on her face. The rest of her body, Tasmanian devil. But her face, where they have very soft, sensitive skin on a woman, as opposed to the harsh sandpaper on me, I'd have to kiss in a much more soft, passionate. That's doable. I could find a way to do that. Man, they told me not to be so melodramatic when I was out there and stuff like that too. They can cure your cancer, detox you, just like that. Okay? And when you say do that, and it's just, you know, they can control who kills you, who doesn't can kill you by mind things and stuff like that. They've got excellent control factors. I know. Fucking psychopaths. God damn it. Excuse my, I didn't mean to. But it's like, so, if they want you dead, they want you. If they want to put impulses to not have you, it's all up to you. You ask, you get it. Fuck. Free will. Extremely limited. No, it's not. Why? Well, because you have the free will to control it or not control it. Well, God gave us the ability. Okay. There is no God, Ralph. We are it's the twilight zone. It's the outer limits. We control the horizontal. We're the gods and masters of the universe. You take control and you freely exercise it. Maybe we need to. And we had that discussion, and it's like, yeah, they had to put their control factors into something more intelligent than them, because they lacked the ability to control their own emotions and their own God-given gifts to be logical and reasonable and compassionate and intelligent and loving all in one package. They're two Sat-Mem thing that Dawkins is talking about. They've all got it. No, I don't. Yes, you do. You can't fully comprehend and understand the brain. And then when they're talking about my lobe in the back of my brain and the development of my brain, when they're talking about how the things that they did to manipulate Lucy's skull. Lucy's skull was bigger. I don't know what they did with Adams, man. But no, it's not as big, and that's exaggerated too, because there was the skull was soft at first, and there was a thing like a water thing, and it built it up and like blew it up like a balloon. So they think the natural stasis of the brain is to keep, that they devolved and had a smaller brain. See that? Never mind. God, they're dorks. And so he has insider information about the whole. That's why when he's talking to that guy from Africa, no, we've actually devolved. We were greater beings in this, and we've got. It's like, no, we just reacted to our environment. Her skull was, same thing. It's where they buried themselves in with them, and something weird happened with the mineral deposit and the expansion of it, because it was an empty hole where the brain encases the brain, which is soft tissue. So it just something happened in their head was not much different than mine and Judy's, and had the back part here where the back lobe thing is more developed than some people. Some people have the flatter back of the head right here. And I don't. It's not because I laid on my side and one laid on their back and stuff like that. It's just the way that I laid on my back and on my head. I have a very solid skull, because when I fell off that Bowman, when I bounced off that, it's a really good cranium. It's excellent football helmet. A lot of people want it, and they want that developed. This was the wood, ash, and bone mill set, but my cartilage and my, I told you that when they would projectile me, and it would pull off, it did what it's actually supposed to do. I had a little bit of bone spurts, but they're fine. Never broke my ankle. They would turn it completely over. It would just pull off chunks of bone because it was such a violent, they violently would try to hurt me. And they didn't just they tried to fuck me up all the time out there, undercut him, toss him, it was like on a separate piece, where he pushes him off the tree limb onto that big boulder and just crushes Finney's femur and whatever stuff. I mean, just violently tried to really just let me have it. I can be busted and broke, it's really violent, but you can break some bones in me and stuff like that too. You just really have to have a good violent, to bring a big Chevy pickup truck and send me into a cinder block wall that's got good rebar and wham! I'll break. It's not unbreakable, but it's just hard to break. I'm tough. And even, okay, I didn't even think about that. Well, I have to be able to, away from it. Okay, the other parts of the things have to be able to, when you put it between two, like, a really good this and a really good that, if something's going to give, and those things are density are even more solid than mine, and mine will break. And it's not that, oh, you're pretty good. No, when JFK was in that explosive thing, he was behind this thing and it blew up, and then he had better. But yeah, trust me, you can. Okay, obviously, look what they did to JFK's head when they got the right shell to blow his head up. You can do it. They had to use that's why a lot of these things, these exploding shells, this and that and that, like some of these guys, are harder to kill, and we need to develop better ways to kill them because of their evolutionary state. It's evil. They're getting harder to kill. Well, yeah, because they have to compensate because of your evil, twisted kill mechanisms. Kill, harder to kill. It just makes sense. It's just an evolutionary process. So everything's this evolutionary process. And so this whole sexuality thing that we started out on this one is that basically girls, you automatically can pretty much every time count on a girl unless the conditions are just right. So the conditions that you're trying to have boys, and so you're making more girls, and so you're trying to find the most comfortable, who is going to relax the most to get us more boys. We need more boys. That's why it's so important to have boys. But when you've got 1 billion people, you don't need another boy. And the girls, but if you have too many girls, well, like what was happening in Red Azalea, well, they're gay. A lot of the women became gay. Well, because they were overpopulating, the women were intelligent. I don't want to have sex with him. We don't need to make more babies. Let him just have sex with her. There's less boys. Since there's less boys, she's heterosexual, I'm homosexual. The girls from Red Azalea were going in the right direction. Why don't you just let me have my lover? That's no. You're gay. So? If there's gay women in China and there's less guys than there is girls, we'll even out our population and we'll consume most of the resources. Let the girls be gay. What about the guys that are gay? That's cool too. There's a billion of us. Don't worry about it. Just let it happen. So let the heterosexual couples breed and let the homosexual couples be gay. Yeah, when you start to get to the point, I want to have my own baby, but you're gay. I think you're being selfish. This is just my perspective. But you don't have to do it. You have the individual freedoms to do so. But I think you're orientated not to. I think adopting is a very beautiful choice. But I think getting somebody else to get you pregnant is a very selfish choice. And this is just my perspective. You're orientated gay for a reason. Because you were part of a population control. Because you were part of a population that was expanding rapidly and irrationally because of the mass eradications and genocide. They were acting logically to try to survive and survive themselves, and then a natural logical reaction is the homosexual. And so the homosexual, I think, being a parent, it's more natural to be an adoptive parent than it is to get another male to get you pregnant so you can have your own children. You weren't orientated to reproduce with him, so why don't you follow your orientation? Be true to yourself, you know what I'm saying? So they manipulated the whole Stephanie gig, and it was miserable for her and miserable for me. But we were meant to get together to have Patrick, and she felt it inside. They didn't manipulate anything for the feeling she had for me. And she knew she had to get Patrick just as I knew. But we weren't meant to be married. The sex was nice, but I'm not going to go through it again. I told her I liked it, but it's torture because you hate having sex with men. It's painful. As much as I like having sex with you, you don't like having sex with me, so let's just not do it again. You're not going to enjoy it. just go away. I won't enjoy it either. Why? Because you don't enjoy it that much. I would only enjoy it if you enjoyed it like you enjoy having sex with women. So it's not fulfilling for me because I want to make you enjoy yourself. And it's really shallow. It's just like, that was great, you look good, it's a lot of fun, but you're not enjoying it fully, so I'd rather have sex with a guy like I told her. It's like, no, it was nice because Maria liked having sex with a man. I'm not trying to be mean to you, but I had to have sex with someone different. You've been having sex with all kinds of women. I have sex with one, and oh my God, you had sex with a woman? You've had sex with 10. God dang it, woman. You control freak. I love you. Can I get one? She liked having sex with a guy. That was fun. I enjoyed having sex with a woman that enjoyed having sex with a man for a change. No offense. Go have sex with a woman. Try to cut down to just one and make sure she takes care of your body. All right, I love you too. I love you guys too. Blessings and peace.